I'm going to hit recording now, so it'll be a different video file. Hopefully, by doing it this way, I won't lose my damn mind. Now, I have a question. How many turkeys do I have? Because we've had a couple of these bad boys die, haven't we? 2, 3 gobblers. Every single chick has died. That's what you want in a turkey farm. 3 dudes. I had that thought a little too late. Why are all my animals now dying? Maybe we should protect the feminines. No, they're all dead. Oh, too late to protect the feminines, I guess. Whoops. I don't give a fuck. Where do they spend most of the time? Yeah. Like, where are they? So that's also a thing, too, if I can't track them down, assuming if at some point we do switch off of this to the new Dwarf Fortress, like, we'll have to just throw in the towel and be like, well, I give up trying to, like, who was it? Because we tried doing the bed system before, and I've half given up on that. Mostly because I'm incompetent and couldn't be bothered to remember what I was doing. And if we zip this all the way around, zip, zap, blah, blah, blah. If we zip this all the way around, we'll just be able to like channel out the inner triangle. Water be damned. Do I ever play RimWorld? Yes. As a matter of fact, I have done RimWorld on stream. Dwarf Fortress just a go-to, if that makes sense. Like if I end up with a wider schedule, there's nothing against doing RimWorld. One of the last times I did do RimWorld, we used Mountain Home, I think, as the seed, the world seed or the story seed, and it made turkeys behave weird. In our base, and this is clip, there's a clip of this. There are 2 clips. We had nothing. We didn't have anything. And then there was like 1 egg, and then all of a sudden a base I had built filled with like hundreds of turkeys for no reason. Just suddenly there were turkeys. And then the next clip is I killed a turkey so I could harvest it for meat. And for some reason in that map, turkeys explode, literally, and they chain reacted and destroyed the entire building and killed my dude that was inside. Yeah. Yeah, it was exploding turkeys. It was awkward to say the least. Like I said, they are a clip. There's 2 clips, but one of them is nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm just building a thing, and all of a sudden there's this, like, it's on stream. Like, it's not like I look away and I look back. Like, it's in camera as it happens. It's just nothing. All of a sudden goes, floof, and the building just suddenly feels like it's a fucking turkey piñata with just turkeys. So then I try to, like, kill one, and all of a sudden my building's gone. Everything's exploded. Building's gone. The dude that went in there's gone. I think someone else was sleeping in there because it was my storeroom. Just everything's gone. The turkeys detonated everything. And we learned, don't hunt the turkeys. No. Like, so what it was is, I forget what the terms were, but we tracked it down to Mountain Home. So you can set as like 3 seeds. There's story seed, world seed, and like name seed or something. There's like 3 seeds. I forget which one, but if you set Mountain Home with capital M and maybe a capital H as the seed, you end up with exploding turkeys. Well, I don't remember which seed name it was, but one of those seed names, if you type in Mountain Home, possibly with a big M and a big H, you end up with exploding turkeys. Which I don't know if that was done intentionally. That would be kind of funny if they did it intentionally, so that, like, if people do turkeys from Dwarf Fortress, it kills them. I would like legit believe that that was a tongue-in-cheek reference to Dwarf Fortress. Now, Clean const. All right, is that a code I have to put in or is that one I have to download? And why was it so hard for me to track down? DF hack 44.12. Map modification clean const. Alters all constructions on the map say spawn their building components and they're disabled, allowing their actual build items to be safely deleted. This can improve frames per second in extreme. So does that just work? Hold on, is that just a thing that works? And why is this not clean const? Hold on. We don't know if this is gonna like kill us, so I'm gonna save first. Thank you, BT Dubs, Sanctum Spirit Stone. All right, now we will do a clean const. Done. 17,303 construction items cleaned up. I'm not gonna lie, they look faster to me now. I think that actually works. I think I literally do so much fucking construction that it lags my game slowly. Am I crazy or like not terribly faster, but do they now not move faster? Like instead of like a walk, they're moving at like a half jog. You can't hear me? Why can't you hear me? You should be able to hear me. What the fuck? OBS says it's doing the sound normally. OBS isn't showing you getting the game's audio though. Why? You're right, I am super low. Did that fix it? Yeah, I don't know why. I looked, one of the sliders just dropped to negative 30 decibels. It clean const your mic. I guess so. Yeah, all right. I could see when I was talking, I saw the bar moving and I didn't put two and two together that the bar needs to be at a certain height. All of a sudden it dropped to negative 30 decibels. I don't know why. But yeah, that's the revenge of the turkeys. As I was saying though, maybe I'm crazy, but they appear to be moving with slightly more pep in their step. Not like, I haven't fixed everything, but if you look, they occasionally do like double updates. And some of them you could even say are jogging as opposed to just walking. So I think I legit do so much construction in my games that it lags everything out. This might have been the source of the lag in the Hanging Gardens base. Because think about how much construction, how much sheer construction I had in the Hanging Gardens base. Yeah, if you look at logs, it got rid of all those logs. It literally purged the red numbers. We just look at how few numbers we have and everything. We just purged 15,000. Yeah, so that's going to have to be like a go-to thing that I use. I might even end up at some point kind of throwing that out in the College of Dwarfology videos. Like, I wonder how much lag was in the Hanging Gardens because of constructions. Build machine screw pump from the west. This is the new one, right? Yeah, this is the new one. Bing, ding, do. Bing, do, do, do. Build construction wall. Since that's already an aquifer, I don't need to do I can just do that, I think, and get away with it. I will, however, get rid of these to make it easier to access. So things explode on death is a scenario option. Well, I don't know why. Like, because we after that, I was able to cause it to happen again by typing in mountain home somewhere. So yeah, I think mountain home somewhere causes a scenario option where things explode, but it killed the damn turkeys. Hold on, I haven't seen this in a while. This doesn't have that on. All right. Yes. Don't hunt the turkeys. That sucked. What just happened? I haven't thought about that in a while. But yeah, no, like I kind of wish I knew about that command a long time ago. Though apparently, if it didn't get introduced until 44.12, I guess it's a semi-recent one. But yeah, again, like the ability to save whenever you want. I think I would brag about that, because they say whenever you do like extreme construction, and the wiki mentions flare channel, but like, here's my question. The wiki says it's not going to do anything unless you do like whatever flare channel was. I never saw flare channel. But if this is considered extreme construction, like it fixed a little bit of the lag, then I construct a lot. I would not consider this extreme. I would consider the hanging gardens extreme. When I got rid of the map and replaced it with my constructions, I consider that extreme. I would not have considered this that extreme, but I guess it does. What I need is I need the game to like show frames per second for before and after. That's what I should have done before the save. Actually, that's a good thought. Wait, hold on. Did I save afterwards? There's an option for frames per second to be shown, right? Am I crazy? If I say yes, it's not going to update now, right? All right, I want to see something. I'm going to kill this. We're going to kill Dwarf Fortress. And I'm going to relaunch it from that save. Come on, how long does it take to be dead? Go away. Go away. Go away. This should... There we go. Yeah, I know. You'll get it soon. All right, frames per counter is on. So we should get a little FPS counter telling us what's going on. Make that go to normal screen. Continue playing Triforce. Because I don't want there to be a placebo effect where I think it's faster and it's not. That would be really annoying if I start making claims and I'm wrong. So first of all, let the game resume a bit. And the game has a graphical thing of about 35 frames per second. This is, or 40? We're somewhere. 41, 39. As it goes on, it slows down. I think it's when I pause. When I pause, I give it a chance to catch up. So 40, 30, letting that eat its way down. Then I'll run a clean const. You connect and read. All right, we're hovering around 36. $37, $38. It's climbing up a bit. Yeah, no. Even at my amount of construction here, that did give me, if nothing else, 2 or 3 frames. I was right. It is slightly faster. And then it drops down to 36 and 35 to make me look crazy. That might be because it's raining. But At that very moment, it went up slightly. And now we're all the way down to 32. I think that might be because of other things. But all things being equal, for that split second, it got me back 1 or 2 whole frames. And then when I pause, the game starts climbing back up again. Really weird. Not floor, wall. Now, the one that's getting me is, I don't care much about the graphical. I care about the actual calculations. So, what is it? It eats at that. Calculations allowed to go up to 100. This is allowed to go up to 50 for some reason. I need to find some ways. Because the calculation sets the hard limit. The calculation can go above the graphics, but the calculation's bogged down, then everything is bogged down. So it's when the units start pathfinding that definitely eats at my calculations still. I suspect this one right here, though, I suspect this is an unfair thing because there's always issues with it pathfinding when there's a ledge. And they're going to have to try to figure out how to get around each other. So this is causing unnecessary lag because it's trying to calculate this, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, for every dwarf and them trying to walk through each other. It always causes issues. Do I have a lot of contaminants? I mean, like clean map? Fuck, I'll do clean map. Not really. Like I said, right now, what's causing it is just the people. The game really hates the idea of essentially strip mining. It hates big open places, which means the opposite is slightly more true. It hates pyramids. Hates pyramids with a passion. Build machine screw pump from the west. So I'm wondering if at least at that moment I was able to get 1 or 2 frames back with this base. How many frames was I going to have gotten back, or would I have gotten back from Hanging Gardens? It had to have been more than a few. And then, yeah, you can see once it's running, it just slowly loses everything. But look, it's hanging around 49, 50. It's because of it rendering. When I go up here, is it down? Is it because it's showing the animals? Further up I go, the lower the frames go.
It won't work.
That's weird. Okay, so it's something to do with rendering. We literally lose frames while it's rendering. Is it because of multi-Z levels? Is the ability to see multiple Z levels a source of lag? As soon as you can see the units, and in particular be Z levels above them. No, even just seeing the units. Really hates showing me the, or is it you? Is it a depot? Blame the undead. Wait, what game? Hold on. Wow, I'm not sure how I didn't just lose again. 5 other countries joined in war against me. What game are you playing? You playing Hoi? It sounds like a Hoi thing. It sounds like someone who's wondering why they didn't die in Hoi. Crusader Kings 2. Close enough. A Paradox game. That's because you just have to have the bigger units. More units equals winning. This been built? That one has been built. Boom, bing, boom, boom, boom. I'm wondering, I think I've just half thought of how my art, is that a door? I think I just half thought of how the artificial aquifer system worked. I'm not certain on it though. I'll have to test that out off screen. Nope, one too many. Back to north, south, only 3. Here, assembly here. Horizontal axle, east, west on this row. Let those get built. Well, it's heavily outmanned like 8-1 and had to start the war with about 2,000 ore power with units. I don't know. Sometimes I've won with the stupidest shit. The enemy AI sometimes just goes goofy. I don't have a better explanation for that in Crusader Kings 2. That's why whenever I do Crusader Kings, I mostly just lose myself in the politics because the combat AI, I swear, sometimes drives me up a wall. I've had fights where I've had more than twice the amount of units the enemy did, like more than twice, and then still somehow lost. Fucking made no sense to me. So yeah, down here, we're almost back up to 60. They're moving with a purpose. But up top, they lose 50% of their speed. I wonder if I did a hard limit to graphical at 30, would that allow calculation to be higher? No, that wouldn't make sense. No,
my currency.
It's always a weird thing. I didn't win. The other guys won their war and left, but once they left, I was able to retake Central Ireland. Or watch a spiffy Brit vid on the game and never lose again. So here's the thing. I love watching his videos, but eventually his videos get around to like my strategies and they annoy me because the strategies are out, which means either the game devs are going to fix it or my opponents will be used to it. He recently he covered the strategy for Endless Legend about the money people. And that is like my go-to strategy in Endless Legend is the custom money people thing. That's just what I do. My favorite thing about it is my difference to what he did is the weakness to making a custom race off the money people is that for your people to repair, you need money. They don't heal naturally off of food, but you cannot heal naturally in enemy terrain, but you can pay money to heal them. So it actually makes you stronger in terms of military to do the money people as well. Because you could just have endless campaigns in enemy territory and heal to full every freaking mission because you're getting so much money. It's amazing. I love doing that. But now I'm worried that they're going to like fix some of their traits because the better his video does, the more likely it is to draw the developer's attention, and I don't want them to nerf the money people. Hey, Magna Draconis. Getting Dwarf number 1. I got you, Magna. You, hereafter, are going to be a hauler who has... You're a very good pump operator. You can pump for days, Magna. How have you been? Hopefully you have not caught the Kung Flu. Boom, 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 boom. I'm a pump all that magma. That's the magma pumping noise, I guess. Oh, BT dubs. Hopefully this doesn't piss off Premiere. I mean, hopefully this doesn't piss off OBS. I did a little bit, I think I saved the file. I did a little bit off screen to test the theory for what we had been discussing for the raid alerts. So I have a test of the initial audio. It needs to be made better, don't get me wrong. So hold on. Remember, I don't know if anyone remembers, we had discussed on stream for a raid alert, since people thought, you know, me joking about the tutoroo noise was so funny, that we were going to have different versions where for every squaring of 2, basically, so 2, 4, 8, so on and so forth, for every exponent of 2, the alert would have another series for that exponent of tutoroos of Mayuris to come on and say tutoroo. And then at the end, it was going to have Megumin say explosion and detonate them all, and that was going to be the raid alert. I'm learning how to mod Dwarf Fortress. My first thing is making raptors. Why is that your first thing? Next, you need to make the raptors be made out of magma. It just isn't good enough unless we have magma raptors from Magma Draconis. But I was able to get the audio files, and I was able to figure out how to spread them correctly, so you could hear Tutoroo and it wasn't completely obnoxious. You mean Yoshis? Yoshis aren't made of magma, though. They just spit fire when you punch them in the head. Oh. I just realized you couldn't see what I was doing behind the camera. On one hand, I want to go back to my old way of the display where my head was out of the way of the game. But the problem is that always shrunk the game. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one where I had the keyboard and everything. I couldn't do the keyboard thing again, though. Just full disclosure. If I have 2 computers, I can't do the keyboard thing. So I'd be having to try to record the other computer's keyboard. So I could never return the keyboard. I could never, I could do the camera again, but 2 PC setup can't do keyboard or Armok Vision the way I used to. That's a 1 PC trick. But like I said, I always want to find a way to get my head back out of the way, but I don't know. Shrinks the game. At first, I wanted to make Yoshis, but the thought of making something simpler at first. Why does it say it's playing now when it's not? Song request isn't on. All right. I have now turned off the ability to request the songs. It added it to the list, but wasn't going to play it. It lied to you. I'm making a raptor base at the moment. I'll see if I can make them mountable afterwards. I'm also making said raptors tameable and trainable. With the Yoshi joke, and we're talking about raptors, reminded me of the anime that, what was the name of the show? It only got 3 episodes before it was canceled because basically every game company in the world was going to sue them. They were making fun of the console wars. So Mario was like this big buff general dude who fucking suplexed enemy battleships and they exploded. And he ran around on a raptor. I feel betrayed by Stream Elements. Stream Elements did betray you. I forgot they were even here. Do I have things here for trade? I'll try to request a trader, see what we get out of this. Hear me out. Yes, you can. Who all is fighting? Is it a fucking undead thing down below again? These caverns are terrifying. Like, I shudder to think of what's gonna happen when we have to go through this shit. There's so many undead creatures that have just been killing themselves down below, and then they themselves rising as undead. It's unnecessary, I say. Unnecessary indeed. Well, that went relatively fast. And we never got that trade-off. Oh, well. I'm on to you, Mr. Military Hammer, who's also a broker. What are you cleaning yourself of? I haven't done anything. Look at him just having a nice happy day. All right, all right, build construction wall. This aquifer will get done at some point. Welcome to the stream, everyone who's slowly filtering in. There, Girls88, I see you sneaking around. Hellfire, welcome, welcome. Apparently, Domine. Welcome to the stream, Domine. Hopefully, everyone's had a fantastic week. Why is there a turkey in a cage? Please be a female. Please be a female. No, you're a male. Stop having the penors. Oh, what was it? Damn it. There's something I watched. It wasn't just Bakaguri, which I finished. There was something. Some anime is stupid. Some anime this season is stupid and I love it. The shield bitch. We made fun of it. We laughed. It had the world's worst description from when we covered the upcoming animes from this season. We all laughed at the description, but I'm telling you, I think that is, other than like My Hero Academia, like fresh for this season, that has got to be like the most entertaining anime for this season, is the one that had one of the stupidest descriptions. I want to find some way to like modify my camera so it looks like I'm in a book. All right, we've actually done pretty decently. Odin, I have no, that was not it. Dorohedoro's okay. It's compared to the shield bitch, I prefer the shield bitch show. Dorohedoro's entertaining, but it's not my top one for the season. Odin, I have Randy Valkyrie's Dick 'em Down Good was last season. I never watched it, but that description was funny as fuck. No, what is it called? Annie was where we had read it from anyways. I don't know what it translates to, but Bokyo Ryoku ni Kyokufuri. I was gonna say Kyokufuri. It's a description that translates between third and first person halfway through the description. Oh, and I see now they've changed her description. They changed the description of the anime so it doesn't sound quite so stupid. Ah, that ruins it. That ruins it. You need the world's dumbest description. But the description initially was, there's a girl who is convinced to do this new anime by her friend. No, this new VR game by her friend. And she hates pain. And then randomly it's in first person. And she goes, ooh, no, I don't like pain. Should I put my points on the fence? Yes. Oh God, no. Like randomly, like you're hearing half of a conversation. It made no fucking sense. And what it is what it was is, see what had happened was, what the show is there is this chick who is so effing dumb. Her friend, who is good at video games, says, hey, we can play games together, and introduces her to this game that's coming out. And it's a VR game. Comes with all those standard packages you would expect for that type of thing. It's a full VR game and so on and so forth, all that jazz. But the girl who's smart at games, she's in like timeout. She did bad on a test or whatever. So dumb girl has to do the game at the beginning of the game on her own. And the game rewards you for doing things. So like it's like Final Fantasy 2. The more you get hit, the stronger your defense is. The more you run around, the more abilities you get for running. It rewards you based upon your gameplay. Whatever you want to play as, that's what it makes you stronger at. And she's literally so dumb, she ends up with this impossibly OP character because no one else is that dumb. So it has like 6 stats: vitality, strength, agility, and I forget the rest, who cares. She get like 100 points to begin with, and she puts all 100 points into vitality, and which is your defense stat. Agility is like critical hits and movement speed and shit. So with no points in agility, you literally can do nothing but the slowest of walks. So this is what I'm saying, like no one is this dumb. Nobody puts every single point at the beginning of the game into defense. Then she sits there, and because she can't move and she can't hit anything, she gets beat up at the beginning of the first episode. She gets messed around by a bunch of creatures. But she's also not bothering to defend. Like they're just hitting her. She's not defending with her shield. So the game goes, oh, you're trying to go for a play style where you just absorb it directly. I'm going to give you like this ability at the very beginning. And it says strength, agility, and some other stat, let's say intelligence. You only get 1 point in it for every 3 points you invest. However, in exchange, for every 1 point you put in vitality, you get 2 points back because this is what you want to go with. And she's like, yeah, sure, this is what I'm doing. I want even less damage. Just take that as like the base and go from there. She literally just keeps doing shit to have less and less damage at the expense of everything else. And this leads her to being in situations where she has to do dumb shit to get through. Shit no one would consider because nobody's ever in a situation where they are that effing desperate to like not be a fuck up. So she keeps ending up getting stronger and stronger. And they make a point of it by like episode 2 or 3 where they like release patch notes. Like there's a PvP event and she fucking destroys people. And they release patch notes basically nerfing the fuck out of her build. And the admin developers are like, what the fuck was that? Like in one of the episodes, like you see them talking and they're like, we didn't think anyone that, no. Like they're in emergency mode. Like they're basically screaming at each other, quick, go find any and every ability she has and try to imagine how it interacts with other abilities. Because whatever she has going they never occurred to them, the developers, that it's going to be that dumb. So they're trying to nerf her before she gets shit because she's just really that dumb. And it's amazing and I love it. It's a really fantastic show. For instance, she's really, really dumb and slow, right? Because she's so fucking tanky. She can't do anything else, what have you. There is an ability that she shows off in like episode 3 called Move Cover or Cover Move. And the idea is, this is a common ability for a lot of games. The idea is you move to take a hit for an ally, but you'll be taking double damage. Why did I put floors there? But you'll be taking double damage if you do this. You know, it's supposed to be an emergency get me in the way type of ability so that you can save your friends. But her vitality is so high, double damage doesn't mean anything to her, so who cares? And there's not a range limitation on it. So her friend runs around and she just starts screaming, cover move, cover move, cover move, cover move, cover move. Peregrine Heavy Bowgun is dead. And because of the way it's set up, she's now as agile as the agile character, technically, because she's always wherever the agile character is. As long as the agile character can get there, she essentially has a free teleport. And the admins freak out about this because they're like, I thought she didn't have any mobility. How are they winning this fight or how are they doing that? Dwarf kill. Peregrine Heavy, is it one word? Heavy Bowgun? I think it was one word. Here we go. It's a good show. We're like 3 episodes in, 4. Fucking, I love it. I love the type of shows where they get to be strategic. I especially like take a comedic interest in this particular show because she's not trying to be strategic. Like, she does something and then you have the viewer are basically in the same place that the stop it, college fingers, stop it. You, the viewer, are in the same place that the in-show developers are, and that you see her get an ability, and then you now have to figure out how the fuck is that ability broken? Because she got it, and it doesn't sound that good, but somehow it's going to be good because she's going to use it in some derpy fucking way to overcome a limitation that she gave herself by making her character really, really dumb. It's almost like a Sherlock Holmes show. And that the mystery is, all right, we just gave her this ability. How the hell is that ability going to be broken by the end of this episode? Like, how is she going to abuse that ability on accident? I'm forgetting the name. Like I said, problem is I didn't have the English version of it. Hold on. Let me go back to what I closed. It's got a long ass name is the issue. This is what I find on the internet for its name. Usually you can pick out a few words and go, oh, it's that show. I literally just call it the Shield Girl show. The picture for it shows a chick holding a black shield. She is the ultimate dead tool. Yeah, that's basically what it is. She's beta testing it. But it, like I said, it's somehow a Sherlock Holmesian comedy where you have to Sherlock Holmes it before the show does. And when you get to like the quote unquote Sherlock Holmes reveal, it's just going to be her doing something derpy. And it's like, holy shit, that's broken. You just have to guess how something is broken before it is in fact broken. Beaufry, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. There you go. That is the English title for it. For some reason, every time I Googled it, I kept getting the Japanese title. Now, the thing that makes this funny, though, is the friend she's playing with has, like, awards for being really, like, she wins game tournaments. Like, she's, I guess, a pro player or whatever. And so her friend is playing with her now. So the friend is, like, purposely trying to make a broken character around, like, agility? But with, it's kind of weird. So the friend understands, I think, how the main character broke her character. But she doesn't want to be a copycat, so she's purposely not breaking her character in any of that same way. However, she is using the knowledge of the derpiness to try to break her character, if that makes sense. So the friend's not quite as broken, but the friend ends up in some similar situations because the friend has realized, wait a sec, the game is basically built dynamically. And the developers clearly don't know what they're doing because you got this broken. So I'm going to try to see what I can break. So you have the main character who's just accidentally doing shit. And you have the secondary character who, after she's introduced, is kind of half trying to purposely do shit. but like in derpy ways. So it's pretty cool. The main character in one of the conversations, just to show what I'm explaining, like I said, the secondary character, she's like banned at the very beginning of the show. The main character explains like, oh, you know, everything's good. I figured out how to be good at the game. And the second character goes, oh, okay. You finally figured out how to play a game. And the main character goes, yeah, you just have to eat a bunch of stuff. You just eat things. And the other character's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because it's nonsense. It's not how anything would work ever. But the main character is that derpy that she can come up with the idea of, oh, you just eat things. And I mean, she's not technically wrong. But even seeing what she's doing, it's like, no, that's not quite it. My sweet summer child. To be insanely hard to kill. Oh, yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. Like I said, it's basically what if Final Fantasy II was an MMO and the developers had no clue that things could be broken. It's a fantastic show. Because like I said, basically the crux of it is it always tries to reward you for what you're doing. It's not going to give you something. The game doesn't give you something that is pointless. If you do something X way, it gives you an item or an ability that relates to action X. It literally just rewards you for whatever you're doing. So the derpier and more broken her character is, the more she's kind of stuck playing derpily, so the game keeps giving her shit that makes the derpy play style stronger. But of course, no one else has this play style because nobody is that dumb. It's not stupid if it works. Like I said, the last episode I saw, they like after it happened, it cuts to like the devs, and the devs are like, oh, Boss XYZ got killed. And the devs are like, how the fuck did Boss XYZ get killed? That was a joke. That was supposed to be like everyone gets terrified of the boss, so later we introduce it properly and then people fight it. How did they, who killed it? Main character killed it. And then the next scene, it literally just, it's almost like they're like, it's almost like they gotta put out a fire, like quick, go look up every ability in the game. Go figure out what the hell she just got. What? We need to figure out whatever the hell ability she just got and figure out how it mixes with every other ability in the game. Because like nobody was supposed to kill it, so nobody was supposed to get a reward from that creature yet. But she killed it. So now it's like, we didn't even beta test anything from that creature yet. Quick. Quick, someone start breaking down the numbers. What the fuck is going on? She shouldn't even be able to move. How could she kill that creature? The whole purpose of that creature was nobody could catch that creature. How did she kill? Apparently in English, it's called Bofuri, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. In Japanese, it's Itai no wa lia nano de byogyo ryoku ni kyoku fury. Shitai to omoimasu. There you go. Just spell out everything I just said, and you will find the show. It's really fucking good. I would suggest it. Dorohedoro, I'm not saying Dorohedoro is bad. I don't mean to convey this, but I'm enjoying this show way the hell more than Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro is like a show I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, that's amazing. Fucking the I don't want to get hurt show literally sometimes makes me go to like the edge of my sheet and be like, the fuck did that say? Because it will pop up the text. You have to pause the anime. You basically are gonna have to get ready to pause it to like sit there and read the ability. You know what I'm saying? You have to sit there and read what it said, ability gained, whatever. You have to sit there and pause it and be like, what could that mean? For instance, and this is from episode 1. at some point she gets an ability, and it literally, all the thing tells you at that point is gained ability Hydra Eater. Effects gain the abilities of the Hydra. And that's all it says. So you have to sit there and be like, what does that mean? And then by episode 2, you realize it turns her into a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Episode 2 has some freaking like shit. If you think about what's happening, like I would have nightmares. I would have nightmares for weeks if some of the shit that is in like episode 2 happened to me. If that shit happened to me, particularly if you're in like some full body VR shit where it feels like you're there, I would have nightmares. What platform can I watch it on? Crunchyroll. I think that's a Crunchyroll one. If nothing else, all anime tends to be on Anime Freak, though I don't think Anime Freak's technically legal. Like not illegal for you because it's just a streaming site, but I don't think that they've licensed it. And sometimes you have to click like 9 times to get their thing to work. That's why I say I'm not entirely sure. But Annie. This is one of the reasons why I use the AnyChart site, BT Dubs. I'll post AnyChart. This is one of the reasons why I use AnyChart is if you highlight the show, it'll give you the links to what's airing it. It is on. What are you on? It's on Hulu. It's on Funimation. So I had the wrong one. It's on Funimation.com. That's just talking about the description. It's on Hulu. I'm guessing if it's on Hulu, there's an English bit. And is this just saying an ad? It says YouTube. It has episodes on YouTube already. Apparently, it's being uploaded to YouTube. Is this legal? I mean, the AnyChart pointed out to me. What channel is this? Oh, video unavailable. This video is not available. All right, ignore the YouTube thing. Muse Asia. You might be able to watch it on YouTube if you do a VPN. But I'm guessing they're also uploading that shit to YouTube. It's on Hulu, it looks like, too. Yep. But no, that shit was pretty fucking funny. There is one, you know me, I always want to point out things that you need to be aware of, some negatives. There is one and only one negative that annoys me when they do it. And that is, every now and then they'll have like a scene of other players reacting to her character, like people in like a chat room, and it'll have the words where they're talking to each other. Like, oh, did you see her? I saw her. Where did you see her? I saw her doing this. She was doing this, and I don't know how she didn't die, but I try to be active in that same area, and I nearly died. I don't know how she did it. It literally posted about as fast as people like actively chatting in Discord, which if you are trying to keep track of it is unnecessarily fast. So that's the only thing that annoys me is whenever they do, I think they've done it 2 or 3 times. It's not long, but if you kind of want to get an idea of what people are saying or that side conversation, you basically have to pause to read what that is. Because that goes way too fast. We're talking like end of Star Wars freaking intro scroll nonsense where it's like, it's gone. Because for some reason, they only want to give you like 2 or 3 of the bubbles at the same time. They'll have like 4 bubbles pop up in 1 second. So if you haven't read the first one by the end of that first second, it's gone. Doesn't happen often. It's not even like a major part of the show. You could basically almost ignore it. It's like a few extra chuckles. Like people talking about like how terrifying or like how the hell did she survive? Things like that. It's not anything that's ever contributed greatly to the plot. But if, like me, you're the type of person who wants to read everything going on ever, that part is slightly annoying. It's rare, doesn't happen often, you're not missing much, but if you want to read it, just be prepared that there is some weird part where for some reason they text way too fast. What is that icon? That's a nice little icon. Shanzo Lurk? Oh. Well then, good luck with your lurking, Suloic. Ding, 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 ding. I swear, we're getting these built like a little bit faster than I would think. Remove that one and that one too. Oh, by the way, hold on. Damn it, see, I forget. You guys should tell me this shit sooner. First of all, the man who refuses to shout himself out because he's far too humble, Stephen Robert 4, mod of the channel, friend of the channel, fellow streamer. He does Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode. Give him a look out. And then also the thing was, has it been fucking an hour? Hold on, 4, 5, 6. We're coming up on the 3rd hour. All right. There's something I was going to be doing this is why I looked over there. What was it? I was gonna do something. Why did I look over there? Whatever it was, couldn't have been that important. It wasn't just a shout out. I was gonna do something that I remember to shout out. What was it? Well, that's gonna haunt me till the end of the evening. Wouldn't have had anything to do with aquifers. But I was thinking about aquifers. Aquifer, chat, aquifer. Ah. Lurkers was the keyword. That didn't, oh, it's because that went through as the bot. There we go. So I was wanting to point this out. That link isn't completely correct, oddly enough, despite me going through all the effort to remember to post it. For any of you who are lurkers and have questions but are afraid to ask, which don't be, feel free to ask anything. I will rant about whatever you need to learn about, no problems. On that YouTube link, I also have the brain don't fail me now, College of Dwarfology, where I have been week by week covering a lot of the moderately difficult concepts of Dwarf Fortress to explain how to be completely self-sufficient with only 6 dwarves, how the lighting system works, how water system works, what a Z level is. So if there's something that you'd like for me to just get to the point and or, you know, maybe I've half addressed it, but I was ranting at the time or whatever, you can head on over there and I will either have addressed it already or I will be addressing whatever it is in the future. But if you just want it right now, feel free to ask. I have no qualms answering questions, particularly about Dwarf Fortress, even if it's about your base. We can sit here and we can mull over, why does your base not do something together? Build construction floor. I'm just gonna floor all these over for right now. I feel like they're slightly dangerous. Wait, no, they can't be too deep anyways. That one's fine. Build machine, horizontal axle. And also, if you are not of that bent, but you do Reddit, I occasionally stop by the Q&A portion of the r/dwarf A12 games, the Dwarf Fortress Reddit. They have people ask questions there, and there is a thread, a bi-weekly questions and answers thread that I stop by to answer people's questions as well. Yes. The second channel is the same thing, but it's RNG Archive. And we're just waiting a little bit on that one. Videos are getting uploaded to that one, but it is far harder, oddly enough, to edit and export videos from Dwarf Fortress that I've already recorded than it is to make videos from scratch that are designed for YouTube. So they're coming out just at a slightly slow pace. I'm aiming to basically be getting out 16 solid hours of stream onto RNG Archive per week. That way I can start reducing my backlog. Because if I only ever do 8 hours, then 8 and 8, I never get through the backlog. And everything's over half of a year behind. In which case, what is that one? That one should also be listed. Does Archive already come with its own URL? Or does that count as a separate channel and thus it doesn't get its own URL? Strategist got a URL. Does... What if I say... Nope. Doesn't get a custom URL yet, even though it's still tied to me. Well, that's kind of good to know. Let's take out the question mark view as. And we'll post that if anyone just wants the archives. Yeah, so we need to get some people in on that at some point so I can get custom URLs for that too, but that's fine. And if any of you are wanting to be dwarfed, all you have to do is type in !dwarf, DWARF, or !dwarf, DORF, and we can name one of the dwarves after you. And then and then you could be the vampire, or the vampire could eat you, and we can all laugh at you being dead. Because that is what's going to happen. That is the only thing that's allowed to happen. You will either be the vampire or you will be killed by the vampire. There is no third option.